apocalypse, history, eschatology, that is the story of the primode. That is how it was there in the ancients. Father, thank you because we are still here to hear you. Thank you for speaking loud. In Jesus' mighty name. Now, if you look at, listen, God cares about the origin of things. Seasons relate with origin of things. Seasons. I say seasons relate with the origin of things. What is called wisdom is going to looking for something where that thing can be found. Let me say it again. I say what is called wisdom is looking for something where that thing can be found. Now all wise men enjoy the fruit of their labor because they know how to look for things where that thing can be found. Even God look for things where it can be found. God does not fight against ordinance because he's of ordinance. He uses ordinance to perform miracle. In the book of Genesis, chapter 2, verse 7. Genesis chapter 2, I'm talking about the Eastern man. The Eastern man. He said, and God formed man of the dust of the earth. That is, Eastern man is what he formed. The man God formed. God didn't form two people. Please hear me. God didn't form. No, he didn't form a Western man. He didn't form a Northern man. He didn't form a Southern man. He formed only one man. He formed only one man. He formed an Eastern man. The Eastern man, Adam. And breathed into his nostril. So the only man that have the breath of God is what? An Eastern man. And then that Eastern man was vivified, and that is, he became a living soul. Now look at number 8. And then the Bible said, and he planted a garden east, word of that garden of Eden, and then he put man where? He put him in the east. Now the east is a place of rising sun. So the home of the sun and whatever that is kingly is in the east. Let me say it again. I said the home of the sun. The home of the sun is in the east. All luminary bodies have home. All luminary bodies have home where? Have home in the east. So they rises from the east because the east is the origin of things. Now the destiny of Nigeria is tied to the eastern Nigeria. You cannot separate, please, you cannot separate east from where God came from. Whether Nigeria like an eastern man or not, let them respect the word east. That is the place of the rising sun. If you don't want to do anything with the man, do anything with the east first. You see, because that east is where God is found. Anybody that humiliates it is an enemy of God. Matthew chapter 2, verse 1 and 2. Matthew chapter 2. When Jesus was born in Bethlehem, Judah, in the days of Herod the king, behold, there came wise men from
the east
to Jerusalem, and they said,
where is he that is born King of the Jews?
But we have seen his star where?
In the east.
And
I come to worship him.
The star appeared where it should, the home of luminary bodies. He said, we saw the star of this Messiah in the east. We saw the star. Remember that Adam was an eastern man. Now Jesus is an eastern man. Now the Lion of Judah can only be an eastern Messiah, nothing else. You cannot look for God in the south. You cannot look for God in the west. You cannot look for God in the north, because God is an eastern being. If God is not found in the east, he will never be found any other place. Let me ask you to listen. I say, if God is not found in the east, he will never be found. If the lion must come, then that is an eastern lion. He said, we saw the star of this Messiah in the east, and because of the brightness of this star, we came for worship. So the Bible says in chapter 2:11 of the book of Matthew that they brought to that eastern man gold, myrrh, and frankincense. Now, anytime you go to the east, these three things smell there. I say, anytime you go, for those of us who go to Galilee camp, don't be angry. Don't say I'm trying to say something. I'm not trying to say something. I'm trying to preach. Anytime you cross Locust Army camp of immortals, these three things will start smelling. Frankincense, you will see frankincense. That's smelling. Then you will see golden land. The suffering king is still an Eastern man Messiah. Eastern man Messianism. Now, an Eastern man is a golden man because he's a man like God. One of the ways to know Easterners is that they are wealthy because the East is a golden land. I say one of the ways to know the East is that they are very wealthy. They are golden people. Because they are golden people, they dwell in golden land. Now this is their destiny. Now if you're hearing me and you're from East, gold shall come to you in abundance. I can't hear a big amen. I say you will never be subdued. I am talking to you from this platform to tell you that the destiny of the last millennium is in the hand of the Eastern man. And until the Eastern man wake up for redemption, Nigeria will be suffering. That is why I am going to be talking about election. Those of us that want to vote, don't trifle with the Eastern man in 2023. Because the son of the Eastern man have risen. Nigeria will suffer if they ignore the Eastern man. It is not about how crafty someone can be. It's about ordination. I say it's about anytime something new will happen, God will go to the east. Don't forget, Matthew 2 was the time of the coming of the Messiah, the Lamb of God, and the people of the east were alerted. The people of the east were alerted. The coming of Jesus, they were alerted. They came from the east to give the first gift. If the lion must come, the people of the east must be alerted. God will never have two homes. I said God will never have two homes. If God will have two homes, then he's fake. God will never have two homes. God will never be found in two places. There is a difference where the power of God is and the born a mengare. Now God built his power in the east. From there never visit west. From there never visit north. From there never visit south. But anytime he will come back to his house in the east. All the angels that ever function for God, they function from God from the eastern place. I say all the angels, they have their home where? If you hear that the home of God is with man, the only where the home of God can be with man is in the east. The only way that this millennium can be introduced is when God comes from a one war of the east. And hear me, if what I'm saying is true, somebody will die at Aso Rock. Sit down with me, 21:3 and 4 of the book of Revelation. Excuse me, when I finish preaching now, some people will fail, some people will fall sick, and then some people will become billionaires, and then there will be scattering of scepter. I said there will be what? There will be scattering of scepter everywhere. I was there on Wednesday. The Lord told me, he said, take silver and gold and make crown. And on Sunday morning, he said, don't worry, Locust Army, about long preaching. Just keep on making crown as you are at the altar and keep on putting up on people's head. And when you finish putting the crown on your head, pour oil. And then after pouring on them, start prophesying on their head. Then he said, I will come from the east. I will come from. In case you don't know, the eastern man has voice. And I'm talking with that voice. You want to hate me? You want to be angry with me? I'll be here on Sunday. Revelation chapter 21 verse 3 and 4. We are lions. And the ticket of the lion is found where? Of the last lion. It is only in the east that white lions grow. I say it is. If you're hearing me and you're from America, the time of America is over. If you're from Russia, it's over. Britain is over. The time we are in is the time of Africa. And the time of Africa is the time of the trigger of Africa, which is Nigeria. And the home of Nigeria is in the eastern man. So if you're from Nigeria or from your Cameroon, you're from Ghana, come to the east and get a land before the land will become expensive. Because that is the house of God. Because when I finish preaching now, lands will become expensive in the east. If you're looking for God, go and look for him where he can be found. I said, go and look for. No, when you go there, you meet him. You don't pray for him to be there. He has been there before you were born. Look at Revelation chapter 21, 3 and 4.
And I heard a great voice out of heaven saying, behold, the tabernacle of God is with men, and he will dwell with them, and they shall be his people, and God himself shall be with them and be their God.
Go ahead.
And God shall wipe away
all tears. And where will the tabernacle of God be found? It's in the east. And that is, it is the east that God will have his people. It is in the east that God will have his people. Is it because everybody is claiming to be God's people? All that belong to God are found where God can be found. They are born of God, so they belong to God, and they are Easterners. Now the Bible said this is the quality of the Easterners. Number 4, he said, and there will be no reason for tears. Don't doubt me. Don't doubt me, oh. Don't doubt me, oh. The hour of crying is ended for Eastern man, oh. There will be, when you hear no crying, no sorrow, no pain, former things are passed away, and then no date for immortality. This is an Eastern covenant. I said this is what? Immortality is an Eastern covenant. It's a covenant of the East. Wherever God is found, there will be no death there. Let me say, guys, say wherever God is found, there will be no death there. Because God is found in the East. The East is a preserved land. I say it is what? It's a preserved land by God. And that's why when they say there is problem, there is the locusts. God bless Lucas Army. They didn't care. We all assembled in Galilee. Nobody was afraid. Nobody was afraid because we know security. I said we know security now. Don't you know what you have? He said the lion shall come from the swelling of the east to the habitation of the wicked. He said, who shall stand that day? He will come. Who shall? Now let me show you some few things about the Eastern man. Number 1, the Eastern man is a golden man. I've said that already. Number 2, the Eastern man is an enlightened man. He is a man of light. That is the origin of revelation. It is in the east that mysteries will finish. Number 2, the eastern man is a man of mark. That is, he's a protected man. Number 4, the eastern man is a man that has the image and likeness of God. And then finally, the eastern man is a man that is meant for the full dominion of God. The full. Please, can you look up? May God bless me for what I'm about to tell you. In chapter 10 of the book of Revelation, the Bible says a particular angel rose up from heaven. A particular rose up from heaven with a book in his hand. Now, that heaven the Bible is talking about is a heaven on earth, and the heaven on the earth of the eastern man. That is where the angel came out with a book. And then with the book in the hand of that eastern angel, he subdued the sea, the land, and the heavens. Because the last dominion is a lion dominion. And that lion is an eastern lion. You're talking about the ancient rabbi or the old man that owned the earth. If you're following the spirit, don't you know his house? The last thing God will do on earth is to lose battle. I said the last thing he will do. He said he's not even fighting. I said it's not. No, he doesn't fight. He has set his boundaries everywhere to terrify people. As a sign that he's around. We were in Galilee, he told me, he said, tell God's army, nobody shall walk out of that camp with the mark of death. Because no human being have 2 marks. If you are immortal, you have a mark of security. You can't take another mark. Let me stop on that, but I'll show you 7 verse 1 to 3. It has helped me. Of the book of Revelation. You can't take 2 marks. I said you can't. The book of Revelation chapter 4, chapter 7, 1 to 3 quickly.
And after these things I saw 4 angels standing on the 4 corners of the earth,
yes,
holding the 4 winds of the earth, that the wind should not blow on the earth, nor on the sea, nor on any tree. And I saw another angel ascending from the east, having the seal.
He said the angel did what? He said, and I saw another angel ascending. Is he from west he ascended? He said, I saw another angel ascending from east with the seal of the living God. Put your hand together for Jesus. Please, I want to mark that in your Bible. The angel came from the east from where? Came from the east with a seal of the living God. We don't have 2 angels that have the seal. He said that angel rose up from the ground of the east with the seal of the living God. Now, when an angel have the seal of God, that angel is God. So it is only in the east that God function as a God and then function as an angel. And then what is the motive? Just to control other angels. I said just to do what? Control other angels that function in the north and south and in the west. That angel came with the seal of the living God to start controlling other angels. He was shouting on other angels. Have you seen where an angel is shouting on other angels? Because he came with the seal of the living God. And the angels were listening. Listen to me or something will happen. No? Because a trumpet is already sounded and somebody will suffer. I said the time to be asleep is over. I said the time to be is over because we have recovered the earth already. I am here to wake up the angel and to say remember your seal. Remember your what? If the angel have the seal of the living God, then we should know it. We should know it before 3 days. If you belong to the angel, why will you be broke? Somebody has to die for you. Let me ask you to listen. If a sinner dies, nothing happens. It just dust to dust. Sometimes when some people die, some people be crying. I say, Lele. Dust went to dust and you're crying. For what? 7 verse number 2 of the book of Revelation. He said, I saw another angel ascending from having the seal of the living God, and then he cried with a loud voice to the 4 angels, to whom it was given to hold the earth and the sea, and then said, go ahead, hurt not,
neither the sea nor the trees, till we have sealed the servants of our God in their foreheads.
He said, you cannot hurt the earth, because there are some special people from the east. We have to separate them from other people with a seal. We must separate them. I said we must do what? We have to separate them. We have to separate them before we start hurting ordinary people. They said nobody should blow siren. I say, is he including a man with a seal? I say, is he including a man? Does he include the people of seal? You don't know exemptions? Except if local service is not from God, there will be massacre in that village. Roundabout Aguata, roundabout Anambra State, there will be massacre of disobedient children. I told women, I said, if your son raise up gun above his head in the name of gunmen, your family will not be remembered. They will be wiped out from the face of the earth. That family will change into a dungeon, and then shall be given to other people. I said, you're a mother, your son is carrying gun up and down, and you're giving the idiot food. This is a sacred land, so you cannot disvirgin it. I said the land is what? So it cannot be, it can't be disvirgined. Now finally, chapter 10, just one verse. I want to show you seal. I'm an Eastern man. I was born to represent God, do his project, and you want me to be broke? I wouldn't know how to set Zenith on fire and GTB. All this quiet bank everywhere. I will engage them on battle until they burn. Now, if you look at chapter 10:1 of the book of Revelation, and I saw another mighty angel came down from heaven, clothed with a cloud, and a rainbow was upon his head, and the face was as it were the sun, and the feet as what?
Pillars of fire.
Now that was the seal. The seal is the rainbow. The what? The east is a land of redemption. It's a land of redemption. I say it's a land of what? It's a land of freedom. It's a land of redemption. Not only the Eastern man is a free man, it's somebody who was given to him to free others. So the destiny of Nigeria is in the hand, and then the East is a city of the coming king. I said in 49:19, I have switched over that the royal lion will give birth to new kings. The royal lion will give birth to new kings. Now each time men want to give birth, God consults their value. If you're hearing me, when a man marries you, it's both that man and his angel that is marrying you. Let me say again. I say, if a man is marrying you, it's both that man and his angel that is marrying you. So when a lion wants to give birth, the lion gives birth from a ticket, and then the lion gives birth to other lions. When a brown lion wants to give birth, the brown lion will give birth to other brown lions or cubs. When a white lion wants to give birth, The white lion give birth to other white lions. So people give birth to things in their kind. I don't know what I'm saying. I say people give